What up, y'all? I want to get away from a little bit of the usual fare that we have been dealing with uh, and talk to you about a TV show. Yes, a TV show that has been sucking up a lot of my attention lately. It's interesting. It's called Manifest. Let me tell you about it. Let's be real with D-Real. What up, y'all? It's your man D-Real, and welcome to another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. I know a lot of times we talk about comic book and movie related stuff, but I have been watching a lot of this show called Manifest, and when I give you the premise of what's going on in this show, you're going to be like, okay. Um, the premise of the show is pretty simple. It's a flight. This flight takes off in April of 2013. While it's up in the air, runs into a little bit of turbulence. Captain flies them through the turbulence and they land. They land 5 years later in 2018. So, think about it. 2013, you left some people wherever, and you come. Well, they're based in New York, and then you come back, and it's 5 years later. Can you imagine what could happen in 5 years if people thought you were dead or you were missing for 5 years? Okay. Melissa Roxburgh and Josh Dallas play Ben and Michaela Stone. They're adult brothers and sisters. They were both on the flight. And just to give you an idea of what's going on in this show, with Michaela was dating this guy and he wanted to marry her, but she wasn't sure if she wanted to get married. So she took this flight to clear her head and figure out blah, 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 so on and so forth. You know how people do sometimes when they got to clear their head, so they got to put some distance between them and somebody else. But anyways, returns 5 years later, and her fiance is married to her best friend. Ugh. Then we take Ben. Ben was gone with his son. He has a son and a daughter who are twins. Okay. Supposedly, and it don't make no sense to me because they don't look it, but at the time, they're twins who were supposed to be 10 years old. And then they come back 5 years later, and the other twin is like 10 times bigger and mature than the male twin. And his wife has moved on. Not only has she moved on, she's fallen in love with another cat. So there you go. How does that work? How do you work that out? If you leave and you're gone for 5 years and people think you're dead or you're missing or you're not abandoned folks, and you come back and everything's different, do you expect everything to just go back to being like it was? Or do you have to adjust to these changes? Then on top of that, as the story progresses, we find out there's government involvement in this cover-up. It's a cover-up? Of course it's a cover-up. How a plane gonna disappear and come back 5 years later? Then on top of that, all of these passengers, there's 191 passengers on this plane, and they all have like this symbiosis. they can all like feel the same things, or they get some precognition, or they get some postcognition, but they're all linked in some way, shape, or form. And there's voices talking to them and telling them to do things and go places. And some people are more sensitive to the voices than other people on the flight are. And so they get like a serious physical manifestation sometimes. Like one episode, Ben's son, Cal, he got a manifestation, a calling, and somebody was out in the snow, and he was feeling what they were feeling, and the tips of his fingers got frostbite on him in his bed while he's sleeping. So there's a lot going on this show. Michaela, the main character, is a cop, and Jared, who was her fiance, works with her at the police department, and they kind of got like this weird dynamic going on where I want to be with you, but I don't want to be with you. Okay, that's cool. But then wait a minute, I do want to be with you, but can we be together? No, I don't know. So it's drama, and I don't normally get drawn in by drama, but this show, I can't put my finger on it, man, but there's something about it. It's a really good show. It's got good characters. It's got bad characters. It's got characters you want to root for. It's got characters you'd be like, oh, if I was on that show, I'd punch him dead in his face. But yeah, it's that kind of show. It comes on NBC. I caught it on Netflix. They're getting ready to go into, I believe, their 4th season. So there are 3 seasons. And man, I have become engulfed. I've been watching it for a minute now, and I can tell you, I wouldn't tell you about something that I thought was trash, or I wouldn't tell you about something that I don't think is a good watch. You don't believe me? Go to Netflix and watch the 1st season of Manifest. I guarantee you're gonna get hooked. It's that kind of show. It's like, it's not what you expect, but what you do get is like, okay, let's go then, let's go. It's that type of show. So Manifest on NBC, or you can catch it on Netflix. I think it's on Hulu too. I'm not sure. I have to check. But yo, the show's fire, y'all. I give it the D-Real thumbs up. Check it out. Let me know what you think about the show in the comments below. It has a serious lack of melanated people. I will tell you that in advance. So if you are not the type of person that likes to watch shows where there aren't a lot of people who look like you probably shouldn't watch Manifest. However, though, oh my goodness. Ben's wife, Grace, is played by an actress named Athena Karkanis. And she looks kind of, well, obviously with the name Karkanis, she's of Greek descent. But when you look at her, she kind of look like she's mixed with something. So there you go. There's a couple. But anyways, check out Manifest. Drop in the comments below if you have seen Manifest. Tell me what you think about it. If you liked it, tell me why you liked it. If you didn't like it, tell me why you didn't like it. And as always, be real with D-Real, coming at you with new stuff all the time. And on a live, y'all told me y'all want to hear about music and hip hop and R&B. So I'm going to start doing videos that are hip hop and R&B based as well. And as always, I will be back with another one to light the spot up. Until then, be good to each other.